Earth's heat has doubled since 2005. CO2 levels are the highest in 800,000 years. Arctic ice is shrinking 13% per decade. Oceans absorb 90% of the excess heat from global warming. Climate change could displace over 200 million people by 2050. Methane's impact is 84 times greater than CO2 over 20 years. Greenland loses 270 billion tons of ice annually. Coral reefs could vanish by 2100 due to ocean acidification. Wildfires are now more frequent and intense worldwide. 1 degree Celsius rise reduces wheat production by 6%. Renewable energy could supply 95% of electricity by 2050. 150 species go extinct every day due to habitat loss. Sea levels could rise by 2 meters by 2100. Permafrost thaw releases ancient viruses and bacteria. Plastic pollution impacts 800 marine species. Heat waves have doubled in frequency since 1980. Climate refugees might exceed 1 billion by 2050. Cloud forests are disappearing, affecting water cycles. Air pollution kills 7 million people annually. Extreme weather cost $210 billion globally in 2020. 20% of countries could reach climate tipping points by 2050. Plant growth slows down above 18 degrees Celsius night temperatures. Antarctic ice loss has tripled in a decade. Fish populations have declined 50% since 1970 due to warming oceans. Coffee production is threatened by changing climate patterns. 99% of seabirds will have ingested plastic by 2050. Rain patterns are shifting, impacting agriculture globally. 100 companies are responsible for 71% of global emissions. Glaciers could disappear from Glacier National Park by 2030. Solar energy costs have fallen 89% since 2010. Mountain glaciers provide water to 1.9 billion people, are melting. Mosquito-borne diseases are expanding their range due to warmer climates. Climate anxiety affects over 40% of global youth. Droughts are now 29% longer and harsher. Flooding displaces more people than any other disaster. Wind energy could power the entire US 4 times over. Peatlands store twice as much carbon as all the world's forests. Food security is jeopardized by climate instability. Volcanic CO2 is dwarfed by human emissions, 100 times less. Land temperatures have risen faster than ocean temperatures. Electric vehicles could reduce US emissions by 30%. Urban areas experience heat islands effect, up to 12 degrees Celsius warmer. Meat production contributes 14.5% to global emissions. Desertification threatens 1.5 billion people globally. Seasonal shifts disrupt ecosystems and species breeding cycles. Ocean dead zones have quadrupled since 1950. Crop yields could decline 30% by 2050 without adaptation. Climate lawsuits against governments and firms are rising. Forest cover shrinks by 10 million hectares yearly. Ocean acidity has increased by 30% since the industrial era.